Being in the top 5 states for methamphetamine use, Oklahomans who use the drug are putting themselves and even their families in grave danger. Sometimes methamphetamine users think they are not inflicting harm upon others through their addiction. But experts have proven that parents who use meth in the home are actually causing their kids major emotional harm and are more likely to be abusive.
Children who come from meth homes are about 70% more likely to be sexually abused.
Children are commonly found in meth homes.
72% of those homes, we identify children living inside. Either the children are there when law enforcement arrives to serve their warrants, or children's toys are present, or children's clothing identified in the home, even if there were no kids in there at the time.
Parents who use meth in the home are more likely to drug their own children.
Sometimes we find that with babies, it's a good way to keep them quiet when you don't want them screaming and things like that. So they sometimes do. Sometimes it's just in the air, things like that. So we can do hair follicle tests and things like that to see if they've been exposed to it.
An OSU student who has chosen to remain anonymous grew up in a home where both of her parents used meth.
To be independent, and I really feel like I just don't have parents. In a lot of ways, I think it's because they let me down in those ways, and I had to parent myself.
The state of Oklahoma is facing the problem of children in meth homes head-on this year with the development of the Drug and Endangered Children program.
That is to hopefully lower the amount of children that have died in the custody of parents due to neglect or starvation, malnourishment, and even some fires that resulted in injuries. We don't want a repeat of those, and that was the whole reason to start the Drug Endangered Children program. Some of these children were being put back into the home before the parents were ready.
This past year, the state of Oklahoma has taken over 9,000 children away from harmful homes. The anonymous source we talked to said whenever her mom was using meth, she would actually stay in her bedroom for days. She would bar the door so that her kids could not get in. The OSU student we talked to says she even remembers her parents' drug dealer who would come to their home.
I had a horrible vibe from him. He just seemed so sketchy and untrustworthy. I was like, why is he around me and my younger sisters? And I asked my dad who he was, and my dad said he was a doctor. So in retrospect, I guess he was supplying medication.
Though the war on drugs may never be over, Oklahoma is working hard to fight it, but especially to provide protection for children. For O State TV, I'm Nicola Pascal.